If you ask Hunter, the person that runs our entire phone room, for those of you calling up and placing orders and making sure all the information flows smoothly. If you ask him what the number one question between 7 o'clock and 7:15 Eastern, the start of every one of our shows, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the question is, are there any CCs in the show tonight? Honestly. And we do our darndest to make that happen. Well, tonight, we not only have one, we have an uncirculated, and the price is special. And it's not just any coin. In the past, you might have seen where we have bonanzas and there'll be multiple coins available. And we do that when the quantities we have aren't large enough to handle a 8 or a 9 minute conversation with you. But tonight, we finally have built up enough inventory of, in my opinion, one of the true sleepers in the series, the 82cc. Now, all of our coins are uncirculated, as it says in red in the graphic on the upper left-hand corner. Gorgeous to beat all, as you can see, period. But let's talk about the Morgan dollar. Let's talk about Carson City and the relationship overall. So the largest silver find in American history is the Comstock lode, the product of the gold rush and people getting stuck going over the Rockies in the Northwest Passage. Just kind of the flow of how it worked. So we find silver. Ended up being the largest silver vein ever in the history of America, still to this day. Now that we have all this silver, what are we going to do about it? Well, the U.S. government was licking their chops. We can now buy silver to make coinage work. Because up until this point in history, the silver dollar was, when we have extra, let's strike a few dollars. And for a good 40 years, early in the 1800s, we didn't have a silver dollar. So we create legislation known as the Bland-Allison Act, 1878, hired George T. Morgan to design the coin. This is his design, and the rest is history. It's now, over time, the most beloved, the number one coin in U.S. history. And it's partly because it's from silver from out west, but it's the driving force of the 1880s and the 1890s, which was what? Our westward expansion at its height. Right? The Jesse James and the Younger Gang and all the rest of the Black Barts and unit with all the poems he used to leave, all the stories, Sundance, right? All the stories was about this fabled silver dollar because it was the largest silver coin ever in circulation in the United States. So they make them from 1878 to 1904 and then again in 1921. There are 28 years the Morgan dollar is struck. And where Philadelphia and San Francisco struck them all, 28, and New Orleans struck 26, Carson City, which was the small mint right next to where the silver was, right, struck 13. So with the brilliance of all this, we needed coin out west because we were expanding west. People were stopping and not going over the Rockies, so we had a population there. New Orleans was far away, Philadelphia even further, and the Rocky Mountains are between us and San Francisco. What do? Well, we create silver, send the silver back east, they make it into blanks, and they send the blanks back to Carson City to strike coins. Brilliant. Ha ha ha. Today, obviously, the economies are different. They struck only 13 CCs. 12 of the 13 years, the Carson City was the lowest minted Morgan dollar that year, and 1882 was no different. They had 11.1 million P's, 9.2 million S's. New Orleans was lower than normal at 6 million. But Carson City, minute 1.1. Now there was also this thing when silver was pulled. In 1964, the dimes and quarters, and then half dollars were pulled in 70. 71 copper clad started for everything, right? GSA, General Service Administration, requires an audit of its vaults. What silver do we have in our vaults across this country? And they found some. And they found Carson City some. So up until this point in history, Carson City dollars were very expensive because there were so few of them that survived, especially in uncirculated condition. The GSA sale brought out a significant number. And there were 3 years that were the primary years they found quantity: 82, 83, and 84. But they are not the same. If you look at the actual government records of how many coins they found in their vaults, 82 isn't close to 3 and 4. Yet, they're all priced the same. And that's okay. So whenever we can, we're going to find the rarer coin for the same price. Because no two coins are alike. It never happens. But when you can find the differentiation, how many were struck? The old school was one of them. The GSA now gives us a number, and then you can look at population reports, NGPC, ANACS, the private independent certification services. They tell us how many they've seen. All of them show one thing: a consistency. The mintages are almost identical. However, lower number in the GSA and significantly lower numbers certified. So if they're all $3.99, I want the 82. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. Now my competition, they have the 1882. They have this 83 and the 84 priced at $6.99. They have the 82 priced at $7.99. Go to our website, the 82, the 83, and the 84 are all priced the same, $3.99. I'm telling you tonight, though, this is a significantly better coin. So if you've dreamed about owning a Carson City, this is the way to do it. On the other hand, 2021. What was the story, the crazy story? They're bringing back Carson City for the first time since 1893 when its doors closed. They made 175,000 coins. And today you can't buy that coin for $3.99. Can you? How about buying one of the originals, everybody? This is from the 5th year of production. The coin started in 1878. Again, my competition, double. Our price tonight in this beautiful holder, uncirculated, only $399.95.